So hello, Paul Myers here.
And Denise Myers here on the camera.
Road Warrior Investors.
Yep.
Still in Detroit. Now we're in Detroit proper though, right? It's like downtown.
We are in Midtown Detroit.
Midtown Detroit.
Yeah.
We got a wonderful guest here, Sammy, today. And we're going to ask some questions to this fine beauty behind us. Oh, well over 100-year-old house.
Oh, yeah. 3 stories over 100 years old. Yep.
Looks like it's had various lives in the past as far as repairs and scabbing and
very interesting uses.
Fires and whatnot, right?
Yeah.
So, but
How did you come across this particular property, Sammy?
So this particular property, this wonderful property, was a home investors lead.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that we were lucky enough to get. Our best deals come through home investors. But there was an old man that owned this property. It, like you said, been used for dozens of different things over the years. Its most recent use was almost like I'd call it a tenement, right? Like 5 units on each floor, 1 bathroom being shared. I mean, crazy, like something from the 1920s.
Stuff them all in there.
Yeah, exactly. It was crazy. And it was still even occupied after the fire on the 3rd floor. But he became overwhelmed and gave us a call as a solution.
Wow.
Nice.
Oh, that's awesome.
He called off one of the mailers, you think?
Yeah, he got a mailer at his personal home.
Oh, okay.
And he's been looking for a way out of this thing for a long time because it became like a burden on him.
Yeah.
The city's really active out here.
It is probably I'd say worst looking house on the street right now, but I think it is.
Yeah.
Everything else is big. It's like the only one you're taking care of that now, but it's one to,
The city was definitely happy with the progress that we were making. You could tell everything on this side is all new construction, right?
Yeah. And they're redoing multi-use.
Yep.
Neat part of town.
Billions of dollars right in this area.
So what part of town are we in then?
Midtown.
Midtown.
Yeah.
And you were talking about a revitalization that's happened here.
Absolutely, yeah. Once upon a time, not too long ago, this would be considered a no-go zone. It was kind of a dead zone. So downtown proper, where all the sports teams are playing and stuff, that was always pretty good. But there was nothing here other than just poverty and destruction.
So no-go zone is what is a no-go zone?
A no-go zone is just a place. First off, there was nothing to do here.
Okay.
There's a lot of poverty, a lot of burnt out, destroyed property, rampant drug abuse and things like that.
Abandonment.
All kinds of craziness. There's little pockets and islands. At that time, Midtown was best known for Wayne State University and for the hospitals that we got here.
Okay.
There were little pockets, little islands of almost like a little sanctuary amongst the madness, right? But now everything's looking great.
Yeah, that's really looks nice.
Yeah.
Well, we got an active construction site going on here right now. I love that.
Yeah.
What do you think? Should we go take a look inside? Are we ready for that?
Yeah, we got to watch our steps.
You did some reframing.
Oh yeah, I've almost everything except for exterior walls. I mean, I can't.
You did taking the roof off, redoing that,
Roof taken off, all the interior. I mean, as close to brand new as possible.
I love this. This is awesome.
You're gonna have whole new wiring and all that stuff too, plumbing and everything. Wow.
So you're working with the city, all the permits and all that kind of stuff too. Yeah.
What's it gonna be then? One house?
Roughly 4,500 square foot single family residence, 5 bedrooms, 3+ bathrooms, offices, foyers,
big kitchen,
island. I mean, really high.
So you're gonna turn it into a single family.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. I'm excited to see.
There's a basement too.
There is a basement, an old brick basement.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
So how long have you had the property now?
We're going on almost 2 years of ownership here. Yeah, because the first year and a half roughly was spent on the planning.
Okay, and the permits.
And all the zoning and drawings and revisions and
next and all that fun stuff. Right back
so 2.5 years you've owned it, and you're just now doing it happen.
Yeah. Structural engineers too.
That's a huge thing to remind people that when you do a job like this, it takes a lot of time. We have another guest.
That's pretty good.
Hey. How you doing? Nice
Good.
to
How
see
you
you.
doing?
Good
Yeah.
to see ya.
See you too.
Yeah.
I'm on the camera.
Well,
All right, let's go.
No,
Okay.
awesome.
I call this a pro level product, right? We wouldn't recommend somebody brand new to.
So this is just holding along to get permits and dealing with that.
Right.
And we've done that on a couple projects too. To take one time, you'll see revision at the back and some stupid little revision from one to like it's a lot of work.
It
But
is.
once you get started, then now the fun part begins. You can actually transform this thing into something
Yeah.
spectacular. I'm excited to see it done.
This is the sounds of progress, right?
It is. It really is. Yeah.
It's demo day. All this class was going to go,
Yay,
right?
demo day.
But with all the franchisees that we coach and you coach,
Yep.
we would say, hey, don't do it, right? Don't get into something.
Unless you've got some deep pockets going on. Yeah.
Unless you're a pro builder or something.
Yep.
Like really.
Yep.
Yeah, it's my first time seeing it demoed out.
Like he's in charge of the project, you know?
Well,
Well, because I know my guys, right? So I just
Yeah.
send them out. I've been working with them for a long time, so
Yeah.
I just send them out, and they just pretty much know exactly what to do.
Yeah.
So I don't have to worry about it
that's
anymore.
awesome. It goes quick. Once you get the class around, it looks big change like that.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, yeah.
Get this breed out of here though.
Yeah. How many dumpsters so far?
8,
8 dumpsters so far.
8, and I got 2 more coming on Monday.
Well, let's see. I saw one
They're all
out
using
front and I
buckets.
saw one out
There's
back.
no good way to get the plaster out besides
There's not
good
yet.
old fashioned.
It's just so heavy too.
Buckets and, it's
It's your arm workout and your leg workout.
yeah.
Thing of the past, man. Drywall just bad.
Yeah, absolutely. A little more muscle required to get the faster on.
Good.
I love it.
Oh, love it. Oh, it's
I'm sure it's
You
real,
get a shot
though.
of that coming down.
Yeah,
yeah,
you definitely.
Yeah, good shot of that coming down.
So as part of being a development agent here in the area with the other franchise owners, do you bring a lot of them in just for learning into a job site like this?
Oh yeah, all of our franchising, all the folks that we mentor,
Yeah.
along with Freddie, they get a crash course on this kind of
Yeah.
stuff. The best way to learn is to be on site.
Yeah. Sammy and then Freddie.
Yes.
How did you get into real estate investing?
Fantastic question.
Oh yeah, it's crazy to ask that question standing here, right?
Okay.
Did you ever think this would happen?
Yeah. It's a full circle.
I started when I was 17.
Okay.
My uncle reached out to me. He's like, "Hey, you want to start real estate?" I was like, "I don't even know what I'm doing." So we bought our first property and we started working on it, and I actually enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And then after that, it was history. Then me and his brothers started working because they were doing my mortgages for me.
Oh.
There you go. We started. So his uncle brought him in. My brothers brought me in.
Okay.
Funny enough, nobody has left in the business but us.
Exactly.
You know, after all this time. But
Really?
yeah, and then we Freddie got into some retail stuff. We were investing, enjoying ourselves. And then after some point, and I went on to a very successful career as a real estate agent.
The what?
As a real estate agent, I was
Okay.
a big part of the foreclosure crisis. Yep.
Sorry, that was the
Oh, yeah.
construction noise
Yeah.
in the background. Make sure I heard you. Okay.
So I did that for a while. Then Freddie and I linked back. We didn't stay friends when we were kids. We just said, hey, we're sick of making everybody else rich.
Yeah. I can't.
Yeah, I remember he called me. He's like, "You want to do this home investors? We buy ugly houses." I was like, "Dude, there's something up with that." We were talking to Larry at the time. I was like, "No, there's something wrong, bro." I was like, "It's too easy to be true, right?" So he's like, "You know what? Let's just try it." I was like, "You know what? What do we got to lose at this point?" And then after that,
You forget the best part. Freddie's first son was being born.
Okay.
I took a flight to Atlanta to meet
John
Mark.
Holman,
John, okay.
John Holman and Mark
Yeah.
Keller.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Just to make sure this was real. Because the
Okay.
opportunity was like mind-blowing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Flew in. So long ago, I rented a Grand Marquis from the airport. That's how old I am. Visited with them, had lunch. Freddie's baby was born, came back, and we pulled the trigger.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's why I have such an affinity for this organization.
But it works. I think, that's been our
Absolutely.
story. We
Oh, yeah.
joined originally for the leads ourselves.
When people ask, "Does it work?" I'm like, "We're still here."
Yeah.
That's really what it is.
pretty
Oh
much
yeah,
most
you're still here. Yeah,
people
clearly it's
still
working,
here.
right?
And this community we created, right?
Yeah.
Like-
Yeah.
like-
Anywhere you go.
Everywhere you go, there's so much love and
Support.
support and cooperation amongst us.
I think the other one that I've seen nationwide is a trust.
Trust.
There's a level of trust within the investor community at HVA that you do
With
not.
regular investors, you can never do that. You can never go to other investors.
I mean,
Hey, we know what we do with this property. Yeah, you're gonna lose.
So, I mean,
that.
we've been in offers from other investors that way overpaid them what we
Yeah.
typically
Oh,
pay,
yeah.
but they just feel comfortable working
Right,
with us.
right.
Actually, this was one of them, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
this was one of them. Even the neighbor,
the story.
yeah, the one across the street tried to buy it, and they just didn't feel comfortable.
Yeah,
Cool.
it's about.
And that guy's a multimillionaire, by the way, because he also owns the land across the street
Oh
too.
yeah. Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Trust amongst the public, trust amongst each other.
Yeah.
And
It's a name brand as well too. There is kind of parents back end. There's protocols in place too that make us stay consistent.
yeah, our mission,
Our
our,
mission statements.
exactly, our core values. I mean,
Yep. Yeah.
we're second to none in that regard.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Okay, I see something in here that I'm already loving. And you see, hopefully you guys are going to be able to salvage these. But
These
these are
doors?
the original doors, the parlor doors. And if
Yeah.
I'm seeing it correctly, they're almost hidden in the walls.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, they're
Right?
sliding doors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're hiding because I don't see an entrance in or out. So are they just laying up there that way and I'm
I
seeing it
don't
from the
know.
wrong way? Or
I'm-
are they really...
No, these were made.
Because it looks like they're
Oh, okay.
in the
They
track.
actually- Yeah.
I didn't even catch
Yeah,
that.
so a lot of times they're framing in. It actually these have the indent here.
Yeah.
And the little
So
nut,
this used to be
basically a tongue and
open.
groove.
Well, I think
So
originally
these are
it was a
actually very
single
cool.
family, then he converted it into like multi rooms or something
Okay.
like that, and then
But these gotta be original. You said it was
There's a
over
name in
100
there.
years.
yeah.
Yeah, these gotta be at least close to original.
Oh,
I
yeah.
would imagine this was when the house was built.
You know, it was built in 1900s. Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
That
Somebody's
was
name is carved in there.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so you look for dates. It is kind of neat when you can find it.
And look at, I can see the hardware up top too. I can see
Oh,
the
yeah.
rollers up there. That's old school.
Aerial. I mean, this is probably representative of the past Detroit state there, right? It was probably
Yeah.
somebody's mansion at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this must have been an old fireplace of some kind on the other side or
I
something.
would.
Or what
You know
is-
what? That's a good point. I bet you if I kicked right through here, I'd go through.
Yeah.
I don't gotta kick anything.
I see the brick. I see the brick. That might hurt.
You don't want to cook next to that one.
That's brick.
Yeah.
This is not a regular rehab.
No,
You gotta
it's
have some
not. Yeah,
heart
yeah.
to do this.
Yeah.
This is like entry level development.
Capital
Yeah,
and
yeah.
toughness to argue with the city
So
engineer.
how long is your rehab timeline?
Oh, at this point, probably 6 months.
I'm shooting for 6 months
Well, they're
because
going to have it done next week.
yeah, I know, right? No, because what I did was while we're in the process of doing the plans, I already lined up the siding guy, the window guy. I lined up the electrician, the plumber already came through here, the framer already sent them all their stuff. I even sent out we just submitted for permits. So I even sent all the blueprints because it's an engineer plan, so most likely the
Yep.
city
Yeah.
can't deny
Yeah,
it.
city.
Yeah, they wouldn't exactly. So plus it's a rehab. It's not a new construction, so they can't. I will,
Right,
fight
we-
it if we
well,
have to.
Just the rules.
Yeah.
Usually, we had one city that this kept fighting us off. There, don't spare that.
Yeah, so yeah.
Know your city
That was a
rules.
mess. That was
Yeah.
a mess.
So instead of going to architect, I went with an engineer.
Okay.
So this way I could avoid it because I already know that if I submitted it with an architect plan, they're gonna ask for an engineer plan. So I just went with it one time. I said I'm done. Let's go.
Descriptive method versus engineered.
Exactly.
And you-
Scripted they don't like for something like this. Like
Yeah.
building a single family house. This is an engineered thing. Engineer, it's no big deal.
Yeah. So you've had it already 2.5 years. You got another 6 months. So let's just go with 3-year project.
Yep.
Yeah.
How do you fund something like this? How do you pay for it?
Great question. So this is with one of our lenders, a hard money lender.
Okay.
I can kind of lend it up. But obviously there's a lot of trust and there's a long-term relationship to take
Yeah.
on a
Yeah.
project this size.
Yeah.
But yeah, we wouldn't use our own money on this.
Yeah. It's a long-term
It
play.
is. It's long
But
term, yeah.
you've also got to budget in that monthly hard money cost in your overall numbers.
Yeah.
We're in at this point out of our own pocket 6 figures, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so that's outside the law.
Construction, with dumpster people,
Holding costs,
Yeah.
right?
engineer,
And yeah, we're probably, you
city
know,
costs, yeah.
5 figures into planning, right? Into floor plans and all that stuff.
Yeah.
That's not-
Yeah. So hard money lender was your go-to for this one?
Oh, absolutely.
Is it
Yeah, you have
primary
to, yeah.
for a lot of the projects you guys do around here? Is
Oh,
it?
yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We got a lot of trusted folks and
Yeah,
different
that's
vendors that you
fantastic.
guys are all familiar with.
Yeah, yeah.